You know, most people would have said, you know what, this is just too hard. He didn't have any money. He didn't know how to build a school. He didn't have a clue. And then he gets over there to build a school, and they were like, well, we need a bridge. And he had so many opportunities to give up, and he didn't. And I mean, that makes him a hero in my book, definitely. And I think his wife Tara is a hero too, because she puts up with him. So I think there's a ton of heroes in this book. That's one of the reasons I really love it. Do you think he's a hero? Yeah. We're on the same side. Okay, good. Excellent. Oh, wow. No, I thought what he was doing was exactly what we needed after 9/11, actually. There's so many kids and all around the world who are being taught to hate America, and they don't know any better because they never meet Americans. They never have good experiences with Americans. You know, and that's why they end up, or one of the reasons they end up growing up and accepting these sort of violent things that they're taught. And what Greg's doing is counteracting that and showing them that there are Americans who are doing other things, who are doing great things for them. I think what he's doing is exactly what we need after 9/11. I think we all have stereotypes that hide in the back of our minds, and we kind of just have to be careful about them. It's human nature to do that, but we just have to keep an eye out and make sure we catch ourselves when we think things like, oh, all Muslims hate America, or something like that. And just remind ourselves that it's not really true, because I know Muslims who don't hate America, who live here and who are great citizens. So I hope that if I have stereotypes hiding in my mind, I hope that I don't act on them anyway. Thanks. No, I have never gotten to travel to Pakistan or Afghanistan, which is a bummer. It would be really exciting, but I never got the chance. Too bad. Lots of times when you're a writer, you just end up sitting at your desk working, and you don't get to go to any of these places and do any of the things that other people do. You just get to sit here and write about them. Connected me to the story. Oh, good question. What connected me to the story? Well, I'm a writer, so I think kids especially learning to read and write is very important, because how are they going to read my books otherwise? So it's very key. So this is the story about kids who didn't have a chance to go to school, didn't have a chance to learn anything, and then got this chance to learn to read and write and discover things for themselves. That's a huge deal for me. I think everybody in this world needs that chance. So that was a connection, and I just like Greg. I never got to meet him, but I like him from the book. I feel like he's my friend. He's is such a interesting, likable person that was a connection for me too. I feel like we're pals, just because I read the book so often. I learned a lot about the value that people there have for education, and how much they want their kids to get a chance to be educated. We take it for granted here, like you go to school, and I bet you don't want to. I bet you didn't want to go to school this morning, yeah? Yeah, fair enough. I don't always want to go to school, just like I don't always want to go to work. But then you see what it means to people who don't have the chance to learn really basic things, reading and writing and math, and that reminded me how important it really is. So those are things I learned, and I learned how much one person can do if they don't give up.